size 4, and I'm just going to sort of paint on the iris. And actually I am going to change the blending mode to linear light, so I'm going to get a more pronounced effect. And then what I can do also is I am going to change the blending mode, or I can do this independently, so I'm just going to call this eyes dodge, and I can create a new layer, linear light, 50% gray, call this eye burn. Let's retry this. Burn, and I am going to, well, that's maybe a little too big, so I'm going to choose whoops, I'm going to choose the burn tool, maybe 2, and I'm just going to go over the lines right around the eye. I'm going to trace also around the iris. I'm going to do the pupil. I'm going to trace around on this line and do the same thing over here. Let's do the pupil here, and I'm going to do this line here. So that's for the eyes. And let's see. If I would put soft light here. Whoops. If I put, I can increase the effect by under the dodge layer. If I create a layer and put soft light and use a white brush to put some white right under where I use a dodge tool, I can get even sort of brighter eyes, which I can then decrease the effect to something that is less exaggerated. Maybe you can choose the intensity of the effect. Choose the way you like it, and then what I don't like here is you know, this part right here. It's there's too much contrast, so I'm going to redo this. So I'm going to go back to this layer called shadows left side, and I am going to create a new layer, and I am going to use the pen tool, and I'm going to redo this. then I'm going to adjust the anchor points. Like this. Control Enter, and I'm going to hide our previous layer. I'm going to fill this with the color black, and I am going to let's see, that was soft light 80, so I'm going to put soft light 80. I am going to blur this. I'm going to put 8 here. I'm going to do as we did earlier. I'm just going to select the white background so I can delete anything that goes beyond the head. I'm going to click delete. And then I'm going to create a layer mask. I am going to choose a color black, 100%. I'm going to erase any shadows over the eyes. And then I'm going to try to blend the shadows a little better by using a big brush, maybe 100. I'm going to put 40 here, and I'm just going to so I think that looks a little bit better. If we compare, I think so. So then I'm just going to put that in a folder, call this eyes. And I'm going to put those 3 layers in it. And then I am going to smooth out the skin at this point. So I'm going to select everything, duplicate layers, and then I'm going to merge everything I duplicated, and then I'm going to duplicate it a second time. So now let's select the bottom one, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a little technique that where you first invert the image and then you choose soft light, and then I'm going to go and choose high pass, and as you can see, this will smooth out the image. Now you can choose different settings, but I am going to choose 4. That's here. What you need to focus on is the skin, not the eyes or the details, because those will we will fix those later, right after. And so this is the look I want. I'm going to click OK. And now, since I do not want the details, the features, to be blurred, I'm going to add a layer mask. I'm going to use a black paintbrush, going to use a color black. I'm going to reduce the size to 20, opacity 100, and I'm going to simply erase the softness on the details and also the highlights. So right around the nose like this, the mouth, the beard, also the highlights, here for the highlights. I'm going to decrease the opacity to 60. So let's see if this is where I erase the effect. I'm going to erase the effect also on both ears. Okay, so I'm done with this, and here I'm going to add some sharpness. So what I'm going to do, I am going to again choose I-Pass. Oops, I'm just going to put here linear light. I am going to choose I-Pass, and I'm going to put 0.3, and I'm going to reduce the opacity to 50. I'm going to create a layer mask, and I'm just going to erase some of the sharpening in certain areas. So 50. I'm going to, let's put 100 here. Let's put 40, maybe 80. I'm going to erase right there. Maybe 50 here. Whoops. Maybe 20. Any place where it's a little too sharp. Maybe the contour here. And let's put that in a folder. Let's call this skin. Oops. And let's see the effect. So this is what we add, and this is what we have now. So looks better. So now I'm going to create a rim light on his left side. So whoops, let's just close those folders, and I am going to create a new layer, which I'm going to call rim light, and I am going to choose the polygonal lasso tool, and I'm going to trace. Let's just zoom this, and I'm going to trace a selection all around is the left side of his head. Like this, and I'm going to fill the selection with the color white. I am going to pick the background layer, select the white area. I'm going to choose back the rim light layer, hit delete, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to choose soft light. I'm going to create a layer mask, and I'm going to choose the color black. I am going to choose hardness 70, size maybe 15, and I am going to thin the rim light. Like this, and I am going to add first of all, I'm just going to do some erasing. I am going to put hardness 0, maybe 40 here, opacity 50. I'm going to blend things a little better. And I am going to put blur more. And I am going to reduce the opacity to 60. and I'm sort of going to